Now let's talk about what is the BJP, and this time we are talking about the state that goes into elections, that is Karnataka. So Basavaraj Bommai, the current Chief Minister of Karnataka, has just made a big announcement. The ticket time bomb is ticking, and Chief Minister Bommai has said that BJP's list of candidates would be released in 2 phases, and the first list of candidates will be announced very, very soon. Now, Basavaraj Bommai, B.S. Yadurappa and also the state president Nandan Kumar Khatil were all part of the BJP CEC meet, which was chaired by the Prime Minister himself to finalize a list of candidates. The former Karnataka Minister K.S. Ishwarappa has also now decided to retire from electoral politics. That was a kind of a blow that came out of Karnataka today. He wrote to the BJP President J.P. Nadda and asked him that he is not going, or he should not be considered for any of the seats in the upcoming elections. The sources also suggest that he is in fact now seeking a ticket for his son from Shivamogga city. The Congress party, who's already released 2 lists of candidates, took a jibe at the Saffron party and said that instead of announcing tickets, BJP's wickets are falling. Now, before we get down further into what is really happening in the state of Karnataka right ahead of polls, let's decode as to what really led to the delay in BJP announcing its first list. Remember, the list is not yet out. The information is that according to BJP sources, we have got to know about a pushback from 4 to 5 time MLAs to move out of their safe seats. So that is one worry for the BJP. The other thing that we are getting to know is that V. Somanna is very reluctant to contest against Siddaramaiah from Varuna. That has not yet been decided by the Congress, but that is at least the word that Siddaramaiah is going to be contesting out of Varuna as well. Now, we also have got to know that BJP is looking at certain negative reports in 40 constituencies with sitting MLAs, and that's something where it is looking at changing the people fighting from that seat. B.S. Yadurappa is also pushing for the first list of winnable candidates is what we are also looking at. We also know how B.S. Yadurappa, even before the final decision of the list really came out, went back to Bengaluru, and how there were several MLAs who were protesting at his residence because they worry that they would be removed from their existing seats. So that is what we are learning, that B.S. Yadurappa is firm on his demand for certain seats and wouldn't soften down. That is a big worry for the BJP. The other thing that we know are that sitting ministers are seeking ticket for family members. We just mentioned one of them, with K.S. Ishwarappa wanting his son to contest from Shivamogga city. Now, we also are getting to know that accommodating JDS and Congress MLAs who've jumped ship is something that the BJP has to consider, and that of course is going to lead to a lot of infighting within the BJP, and that is what is delaying the release of the first list of candidates. Meanwhile, if we take a look at the Congress party, Congress has already released 2 lists of candidates. As of today, they have announced the names of 166 candidates, and the names of 58 candidates are yet to be announced. So what is really the Congress's caste matrix according to the names which have already been announced? Now, 41 seats have been given to the Lingayat candidates by the Congress. Vokalika candidates are on 35 of those seats. 12 seats each have been reserved for the SC Right and the Valmiki candidates. 11 seats have been given to Muslim candidates, and 8 of those seats have been given to Kuruba candidates. And 7 seats each have been reserved for the SC Left and the Ediga community, and also the Brahmin candidates are on 5 of those seats. So that is the caste arithmetic that the Congress party is working on as far as the state is concerned. Let's now take a look at Karnataka in general, the big poll issues in the state. The first one, of course, is the big allegation against the Basavaraj Bommai government, and that is of corruption. The 40% commission sarkar, the pay CM campaigns against the BJP, all of that is plaguing the BJP. Remember, this is one state that has always seen successive governments. Anti-incumbency is something that the BJP is looking at. Crumbling infrastructure. Time and again, we have brought the issues from Karnataka of the rising pothole deaths, waterlogging in Bengaluru, the IT capital of India. All of that is something that the administration needs to work upon, and something that has been a recurring issue, and nothing seems to have been done about it. Quota wars. Muslim quota has been scrapped by the BJP, and that also is going to end up plaguing the political party because that has happened right ahead of elections. Banjaras want more reservation. That is also a major worry for the BJP. Another problem is the communal flashpoints that have been stoking tensions, whether it is the hijab or the halal, azan, Eidgah issues. All of that have been a major political point also, and something that has plagued the politics of Karnataka and also caused a lot of violence. The other major issue is the Tipu versus Savarkar narrative that has been used to pit one community against the other. So these are the top issues that we are looking at when the state goes ahead for elections, and something that both the BJP and the Congress and also the JDS are going to be looking at. Now, if we look at the BJP ticket tussle delay, whether it is due diligence or whether there's something that is really irking the party, that is the question that we are today asking. Let's take a look at the debate as we open it.
कर्नाटका, यहाँ की जनता ये सब देख रही है और आप देखेंगे जब परिणाम आएंगे तो चप्पे चप्पे पर कमल खिल रहा होगा।
Prashant GS of the BJP and Sanket Yanagi of the Congress party are with us on the broadcast. We would very soon also have a member of the JDS join us. But before we do that, let me actually ask the direct question to you, Prashant. Where's the list?
Griha, the Chief Minister has just addressed the press some time ago. He's also mentioned that the list will be announced very soon. It can happen any time. It can happen today evening, tonight, or probably tomorrow also. But the list is getting finalized and it will happen very soon, which is what the CM has gone on record and said that. So I also stand by that statement of the Chief Minister.
Okay, I just broke down certain points, Prashant, but what is really causing the delay? I want to hear it from the members of the BJP, because there's so much of conjecture that has already been made, and there is too much that is being read out of B.S. Yadurappa suddenly moving out of Delhi, going back to Bengaluru even before the final announcement vis-a-vis the list has been made. So is there some kind of trouble that we are sensing within the BJP?
See, not really. There's no trouble. See, B.S. Yadurappa ji is one of the tallest leaders of our state and probably of our country. And he has probably given his inputs. He's also on the parliamentary board. He's given his inputs. He also camped in Delhi for a couple of days. And the party high command, I'm sure, would have taken his inputs. And then probably he's returned to Bangalore. And anyway, he had already made his intention clear that he is retiring from electoral politics and is not contesting. So there's no question of Yadurappa ji being defiant or not being satisfied. He's given his inputs, and I'm sure the parliamentary board and the high command would take appropriate decisions in the interest of the party. And I'm sure that the list which will come out very soon will have the list of all the winning candidates, which will ensure that BJP will storm back to power with at least 140 or 150 seats. We are very confident about it.
Okay.
There are no two ways about it.
All right, Sanket, let me bring you in here. Let's first begin by asking the caste arithmetic that Congress really looked at before announcing the two lists that is already out when it is about the Congress in the state of Karnataka, the other candidates that it's looking at, because we have seen a lot of demand for certain seats by certain candidates. There have been the KPCC offices that have been stormed by the Karnataka Congress party workers and also leaders. So is there a problem when it is about that announcement, the final list announcement in the Congress?
There is no dispute or disinformation as is claimed by other political parties as such. So we have been clear, we have been very confident, there is no factionism in the party, and so we have announced the two lists without any dispute or without any dispute between the camps has been released already by the opposition. But there has been no dispute, and we are very clear of winning, and there is no conflict as such, and the confidence level is too high. And we have tested already the pulse of the people. Pulse of the people says that they want to vote against the BJP and they want to vote out the BJP from South India this time. And that is how BJP is struggling to even announce a single list.
Okay. Prashant wants to come in already. Okay. Yes, Prashant.
Yes. See, the delay in announcing the seats does not mean people are voting for Congress. On the ground, we know that we are winning and we are only wanting to get our seat matrix right. We have no factions in our party unlike Congress. You have the Siddaramaiah faction, DK Shikumar faction, MB Patil faction, Kharge faction, Parameshwara faction, and God knows how many other factions are there. Therefore, with such infighting, you also looked at the statements what DK Shikumar made the other day, saying that he is willing to work under Kharge if Kharge becomes CM. No doubt, he may be willing to work under Kharge if Kharge ji becomes a CM, but on the ground they are forgetting that Congress will never come back to power now, and it's BJP who is going to storm the fortress, I would again say, and form the government with brutal majority. So therefore, Congress
Prashant,
has
what
so
we
many
see
factions.
being
The
played
infighting
out
in Congress
outside
will kill
Mr.
it.
Yadurappa's residence were a very disgruntled lot from the BJP. They in fact worried that they are going to be taken, their seats that they are fighting from are going to be taken away from them. They in fact were seen requesting B.S. Yadurappa to actually go ahead and convey that to the party high command. So of course that will spell some sort of trouble for the BJP there.
See, not really, because in the last month itself, Yadurappa ji had made it very clear that 4 or 5 or maybe 6 seats, there would be changes, because in any election, I don't think any party would repeat 100% of its candidates in the next election. There are bound to be changes, and in the interest of the party would take the best call. And winnability being one of the major factors, and considering the other matrix that we have to consider, all the caste equations have to be considered. We have to ensure that social justice is done to all the communities, and therefore our list is taking a little longer. See, there may be some small dissatisfaction among people who are missing out the tickets, but definitely in the interest of the party, I don't think anybody would rebel against the party, and everybody would stand by the party and campaign for the victory of BJP.
Okay. Prashant, hold your thoughts there. Let me actually
Unlike in Congress, we don't have factions.
Okay, Sanket, let's actually address the elephant in the room. Talk about the Varuna seat. That is still, up for grabs. Whether it is going to go to Siddaramaiah, what is the word on that? Because obviously his supporters want him to contest out of Varuna.
See, let us understand one thing. Siddaramaiah is one of the top secular leader of the state. He has been invited from every constituency, and for every constituency is welcoming it with warm hands. But the question is not that. We have to give him only one ticket. We can't give him 10 or 20 tickets. And in the meantime, the convenience of Mr. Siddaramaiah, because of the age factor, because of his availability to the constituency, because of his workload and the responsibilities which he would be having after the election is over. So we have to see and we have to accommodate him in a place which is suitable for him, and as much as to the constituency and the people of the constituency. We can't take random decisions. And there has been a demand for him to Varuna seat as much as to other seats, other constituencies. But ultimately, the priority of the party, priority of Mr. Siddaramaiah, priority of the people of the constituency, and the convenience at all, everything matters.
Okay.
And we would take a call on that, which is convenient and suitable for everyone.
Griha, it is no longer about convenience. Siddaramaiah doesn't have a safe seat. It is not about people.
Let me take this opportunity to bring in T.R. Prasad Gowda, who has just joined us from the JDS on the broadcast. Prashant, you wanted to counter to the point that Sanket was making. But before you do that, I'd also like to add a question to this. Clearly, there is a lot of problems when it comes to that particular seat, because we also are getting to know that the seat that has been assigned to the BJP candidate when it comes to Varuna, he in fact is not willing to fight Mr. Siddaramaiah from that seat. How true are these reports and rumors?
See, firstly, addressing the concern of the Congress spokesperson saying that we have to accommodate Siddaramaiah somewhere, it indicates that they are losing on the ground. Siddaramaiah last time also lost by huge margin in Chamundeshwari and he scraped through in Bajamai with about 1600 votes. For a sitting CM to scrape through in one seat by 1600 votes and lose another by a huge margin is unbecoming of a mass leader, as Sanket puts it across. Nevertheless, be that as it may, now why are other constituency people calling Siddaramaiah? Siddaramaiah doesn't have a constituency. He is doing the flip-flop on Kolar, Varuna, Badami, other constituencies. Therefore, he knows that on the ground he cannot win because his own party people would ensure that he loses, because people remember what he did to Parameshwarji in 2013 when he ensured that Parameshwarji lost from his Kottagiri seat. So people have not forgotten that. Therefore, Siddaramaiah is wary of his own party men ensuring that he loses. That is on one part. And on the other part, our party has not still released the list. Talks are going on as to who has to be fielded against Siddaramaiah, because our motive is very clear that to ensure that Siddaramaiah has to be defeated. Therefore, probably we will want to pit the strongest of our candidates against Siddaramaiah to ensure that we give it very tight run for his money and ensure that he loses the seat.
Sanket,
Therefore,
why is he
discussions are
hell-bent
on,
on fighting
and
from
this will be out
Kolar?
very soon.
Because Congress, if we go back into history, has not won from Kolar. So why this nagging need of Siddaramaiah demanding that he contest from Kolar as well?
It is because of the demand of the people.
Which is why...
1 minute, please. You please don't intervene.
Prashant, the question is for Sanket. Yes, Sanket.
Please maintain some decorum. We are in a
Please go
debate.
ahead. Please go ahead.
Firstly, he is
Okay,
a
go
mass
on,
leader.
Sanket.
He is
Don't discuss,
invited
go on.
by every constituency. Whichever is suitable to him, wherever he feels comfortable, he always opts. It is ultimately his prerogative to opt for a particular constituency. But ultimately, it is the party which has to take a decision which is suitable to him, which is suitable to the constituency, which is suitable to the party. Every aspect has to be considered by the party.
Okay.
That is another aspect of it.
All right.
And about the contentions which my friend has raised for the BJP, as if he is a representative of the Congress or the faction of the Congress, which he is pointing out. It is unbecoming of the debate, part of a debate. But I would only say, whatever, assuming for a moment, according to them, there are differences. No difference has erupted so far during the publication or announcement of the two lists.
Okay.
And no factionism has come out. So in the sense, whatever has been the rumor so far, which was erupted because of the BJP and some section of the media, which has been sponsored by the BJP, has no value at all. It is baseless.
Okay.
And the allegations of factionism, so on and so forth, in fact, which is now being found in the BJP camp, and it is being shown in the TV.
Let me bring in Mr. Gowda now. Mr. Gowda, Karnataka is being so far projected as a two-corner fight between the BJP and the Congress. JDS is an important player that makes it the three-corner fight. But when your leaders have gone on ground time and again, we've seen a sort of confrontation by the people on ground of them not having done much for the state. How do you see JDS really faring in these elections once all of this is coming about right ahead of elections?
Madam, as a matter of fact, this 2023 elections, we are confident. We are confident that our former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy will become going to get rule this state of Karnataka by winning simple majority, because of the fact that I'm not telling just like that. We have our manifesto attracted by all 6.5 crores people of Karnataka, like the manifesto and the way he present when he was Chief Minister of this state, he have waived up the...
Let me also ask you on that, Mr. Gowda. What do you think is causing the delay with BJP not releasing yet the first list of candidates from Karnataka? Where do you think there is a problem that is going on?
Very good question you have asked me, because they are not confident their MLA is not going to win these elections, because of the fact that these MLAs, this government have not done anything for the state of Karnataka except they make money. The money. They are
come in.
State of Karnataka all these years during their rule of.
All right. Prashant, you want to come in? There have been a lot of turncoats that have come into the BJP from the JDS and Congress. While that could have benefited the party, is turning out to be a big worry for the BJP because the party doesn't know where to accommodate them. All of that is much talked about. And that is what is the big conjecture, is that what is causing the delay when it comes to the release of the list. So this is a sort of worry that the BJP really needs to handle first before they actually decide on putting anything to paper. Prashant.
Not really, Gruha. If you look at it from the point of view of what JDS was talking about, it's a family-owned party, and only dynasty politics runs in JDS. And the brothers are out there in the open fighting for the ticket for Revanna is fighting for his spouse's ticket, and he's also making sure that he doesn't contest if his wife is not given a ticket. So it's more of a dining table or a kitchen politics which is going on in JDS. So we need not give really too much credence to what JDS is talking about.
So what would you say to Mr. Ishwarappa's resignation then? What would you say to his resignation? You are talking about tickets being given to, he in fact was demanding a ticket to be given to his son. What is happening on that account? Because if at all there is going to be a grouse that Ishwarappa holds, let me finish, Prashant.
Yes,
if there is going to be a grouse that he holds, it is going to impact the people who follow him.
But Ishwarappa, let me answer that. Ishwarappa ji on his own volition has written to JP Nadda ji saying that please don't consider me for electoral politics this time, and that is very happy that he has served the state and the party for more than 40 years.
But Prashant, what led to it? That's the big question. Because earlier he had refused to be a part of two of the elections, two of the meetings by the BJP.
BJP is a party with difference. See, BJP is a party with difference, and we also know that people are voluntarily willing to give up their seats to ensure that the party would do well in the long run also. And Ishwarappa is also on the wrong side of 70.
Sanket, you want to make a point.
He has realized that yes, probably it's time to give youngsters a chance.
All right. Sanket?
There are many more dissidents are going to come out of the electoral politics because they are not confident, they are not going to win the elections.
Okay. All right.
And this time BJP.
Okay. Sanket. All right, Mr. Gowda, got your point. Yes, Sanket. Quickly make your point because I need to wrap this.
BJP is no longer a party of difference. It is a party of difference of opinions among themselves.
Okay.
And no longer it is a party which is claiming as a nationalist party. It is neither nationalist nor a rationalist. It is a communal party. It has been proved in Karnataka, so it is being thrown out by the people of Karnataka. BJP is being pushed to the corners.
No, it's irony that JDS is talking about nationalist.
Yadiyurappa has already explained himself as to how he suffered while giving the resignation. And ultimately, that all will not leave the BJP just like that, and it is going to be evaporated from South India. And nowhere.
Prashant, the Yadiyurappa question is something that is still unanswered. On the one hand, you'd have a Shivamoga airport that the party high command is wanting to name after Mr. Yadiyurappa to honor the leader. At the other hand, we hear of reports that he is standing strong on certain demands that he doesn't want to go back on when it is about elections in the state. Do you think that is going to be the big worry for the BJP? I'm repeating this question because that's something that is coming to fore time and again. Otherwise, you would not have had supporters who would have rather gone to Yadiyurappa rather than going to the Chief Minister of the state, assemble outside his house, asking for him to save their seats. Prashant.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show itself, Yadiyurappa ji is one of the tallest leaders of our state and the country now because he's also on the parliamentary board, and it is natural for the ticket aspirants to reach out to Yadiyurappa ji, who's been a very tall leader and has built a party from scratch in Karnataka. So it's natural for all the aspirants and sitting MLAs or ministers to approach Yadiyurappa ji to put forth their point of view
wasn't
and to ensure
Prashant.
that he
You're
puts in a
trying
good
to
word.
normalize everything, but clearly there was something amiss. Otherwise, so many leaders would not have assembled outside his house asking for him to save their seats.
No, Groha, see, it's a figment of imagination that there's a lot of dissent brewing in the party here. It's nothing like that.
All right.
It's a natural process when the seats are getting announced that in our internal democracy in the party, we had made sure that for each seat, 2 names were sent to the High Command, including the seat where the CM is wanting to contest. So it's not a case that every seat was reserved for only one person. Each seat had more than one name.
There's so many conjectures around BJP's first list of candidates. I'd like to end the debate over here because I'm really short on time. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. That entire conjecture is only going to end once that first list is out. What really is plaguing the party? Why is the list not coming out? What is it that they are deliberating upon? All of those questions are going to be answered once that is out. With that, it's a wrap on the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching.